So, we revisit the realm of some customs. And now it's been a few weeks since I've made the last video about this, saying that there was some future custom showcases of these. And as I said, I will keep on doing these, but I just don't know of what days are going to. Wait a minute. You're not supposed to be here. You can get out of here. And stay there. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I will be doing a couple of videos of these, but I mean, I do other things, but if you want me to continue with Potion Thomas stuff as well as other stuff, my band, look right down in the comments below. But anyway, this video will be about an engine that I talked about in the update, and this is kind of the one I'm most proud of, except for that engine right over there. But either way, this would be an engine with start of the series, and one of the first modified scratch build I've ever done. I think someone's gonna bring him over right now. Today we'll be looking at TomTom, the experimental tank engine, my version. Alright Spencer, thank you for getting TomTom out here, but this ain't really about you, so Gordon can do him. Wait, what? Thanks, Gordon. Anyways, with him out of the way, let's take a look at TomTom. Now, a TomTom, as you might say, might not look a bit similar to the other customs tank engines that you've seen on other channels, but I would say this one is, well, say the most unique out of all of them. And its engine is the first one that I will admit to say that this model looks crooked. Yeah, I did say that. I did say that it was crooked. But guess what? Deal with it. But now to come into explanation of how I made this. So starting like 2 years ago, I came up with an idea of getting a combination of two models. Now I've seen some other people, other YouTubers have done it, but that's not the only thing. What if I were to take the smaller Thomas, and yes, I did know that I decapitate him, I'm sorry for that, and this Percy here, and simply combine them into one model while customizing a different style. And that's exactly what I did. So get these two out of the way. Let's take a look at them. So, camera. So, TomTom here is made from my first Tommy Thomas, or Percy, and second Tommy Thomas. And you might say it's nothing look like a Thomas and Percy combined, but once you look at it a bit gooder, you can see the places where you can see the Thomas and Percy, like say the face and the cap, and also the underside, which you can, if you look very closely, you can see 1992 told me. Yeah, this bomb chassis is made from a Thomas, with the front being customized. But we'll get to that in a little. So, starting off what I did. So basically, we'll first get Thomas as an example. I cut off the cab of this Thomas, and that cab has been used on a different model that we'll look at in the future. So I cut the cab off this one, and basically cut the sour tank off the front of Percy, and basically have two different parts. And what I did was, I decided to glue Percy's cell to Thomas's boiler and make him a total different tank engine. But that's not what I did. What I did was, like, okay, hold on. Actually, I'm going to get something and I'll be right back. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to go grab something. Cause this is a better way I feel just to show y'all what I've really done. And give a screw shot there. And this does pop up, yes, as you can see. And this chassis, we'll look at it later. But the shell is the main part. So as you can see on the inside here, I have glued the two engines together with so much Play-Doh clay and lots of super glue, because for the life of me, it took a long time to get these two to get glued on. And then once that was done, I went ahead and started to basically work on the foot plate. Now the foot plate, you might say it's a bit crooked. That's because it is, and also completely forged. But with that said and done, is what it is. So basically, this is the foot plate. It's quite interesting. The foot plate is made from a couple of engines. First one, this whole half bit is made from a old Tommy James, which is the only one I ever have and destroyed. But I will get another one. And for the back, it's just a couple of spare Thomases or Percys. I can't really remember. Now, and I might say, why is there a lot of clay down here? Well, that's because at the time I used clay and super glue to hold these down. Now, looking back at it, I should have put like some hot glue probably and not a whole lot of clay, because you can see a lot of the clumps, but if it works, it stays on for a long time. And didn't have trouble falling off, yes, but I fixed the situation with super glue, and now it just will fall off now, because there's a history behind how this originally stayed place. So now I'll talk about the front. Now the front is also a bit sideways, but before I even got finished with this model, I decided to make this an awkward tank engine. And you might have heard that term a lot, and especially another model, which we'll also look at in the future, could be said the same way. But there's some part that's been never, but we're not talking about him. We're talking about this guy. Now, for the front, as you can see, has been used some cardboard. So first I made the sandboxes on the top. And as you can clearly see, one is bigger on the right than the left. Well, I just knew it means with the scratch build. I didn't measure. Like honestly, I never measure when I now make scratch builds. As you can see in the future, that I'm starting getting better with it, not measuring. But that's future time. Now we're talking about the now time. And also, as another thing, I put down a slab of cardboard and a piece of paper on front to make it a little bit more flush with the front. As you can sort of see, it's kind of hard to tell, but the front is like not. You can barely even see the cracks, but I'm just gonna roll with it as it is. So, the other thing of the paint job. Now, the paint job. Well, first I had to make everything look smooth as I possibly can before I even started painting. And there are some spots where you can see some of the paper that I use can clearly be seen, especially if you look at the back. It's like very, very noticeable. And the camera's blurry, but you can still see the dent. But yeah, so the paint job, I went with a dark. Oh, I stopped the model. I went with a dark green. But here's something you might be asking. If it's dark green, then why is it labeled LNER? Well, number one, because I can. And second off, I wanted to go for possibly another YouTuber or an engine in the future of customs to have an engine from the LNER which has a darker green than the rest of them. Like say Alfred, who is a light green. Tom is a dark green. So, and also as you can see it's 22. The double number kind of gives off the base of Duchess, as you can see her cap. But really, it's sort of in a way, same way that this guy is produced. Yep. This is Roger, and this is the 77. Double number. So I decided to go with 22, because who else have you seen an engine with 22? Maybe an idea, perhaps? We'll see. Anyways, now the strapping. I am not good with. Well, at the back then, I'm not that good with strapping. Now I could probably do it a bit neater, but let's be honest, I do not want to have to remake this model. And I probably will, but that's future me's time. But now, this is good as it can be. I'm not going to reshape it. I'm not going to fix the run plate. I've been through a lot of pain as it is. But the strapping, as you can see, is from a dark blue. And actually, the blue is the same color like I used for Roger and his two coaches, which we will look at him and them in the future. And the top here, as you can see, has some handrails. Actually, I just put those on the other day. Right, these are the iron bar, the iron thing, the metal things that you can stop metal things to. And what I mean by metal? What? Let's say this was a Tommy James and you wanted to fix the wiring. Well, you can pop it off, resolve the wires, if you know how to do it properly, and you can get it to run again. Yeah. But since I don't have a solving wire, I just decided to opt with handrails. There's something I want to talk about. This wire bar is also used now for the custom engines, which sort of realistic coal, as you can sort of see. Yeah, we got some coal. So what I did for the coal is I cut small bits of the wire and just super glue them onto the coal bucket. And as you can see, and this is the thing that I will be doing from here on out with most of my customs of different engines shape, that is. And the last thing that to talk about, which was not the bag, but I will talk about the bag. The bag is pretty simple, paper underneath, a bit of a rough glue marking, but I will talk about that. And also the coal, back windows, yellow lamp. Now the thing to talk about. The smoke box, the nameplate, and the winning board. So, first, let's talk about the whistle. The whistle is a triangle screw from one of my models, and just glued it on and painted yellow. Yes, I know it's a rough paint job, but deal with it. And for the nameplates, those are actually I I can't say I remember what who I got these from, but I'm pretty sure that I got these nameplates from an old model or just someone's running plate. I really can't tell. But they do look like nameplates in my mind, so I went ahead and you see it's on TomTom. And the funnel. Now the funnel here, as you can see, is a double funnel. The reason for that is to make it a bit more unique than the others. So the back funnel is a normal one, but the middle one is from a Spell Golden model, which I just glued on and painted black, and we have double funnels. And the face is from the original Tommy Thomas, just painted the eyes, which looks creepy as heck. And yes, I did go over with some clear gloss. But except for the whistle and the nameplates, because I'd done the clear coat before I even thought about adding these on. So, and the runnable is white to give it the classic Asian look. Okay, now I'm talking about the shell with a messy face. Let's get on to this bit. This was a lot of pain. So right off the back, as you see two wheels of the front, which are gray, but the first and fourth wheel are painted. Well, the wheels was painted, and I had spare wheels as I can go and get them. See, like these wheels right here, these was the original wheels. But my idea was for these to try and make them move, but they didn't work well, so I had to swap these wheels with the express wheels from the Shooting Star. As you can see, you can see the placement of where I really tried to make it freewheel. Now, as you can see from the inside here, there's some holes where the original wheels would go on a regular model. But it would not have room for the same size wheel, unlike this, to be fit on. So I had to make a hole further from the middle wheel to allow the front wheel and second wheel to be far apart. Now these came off pretty well, not gonna lie. But it's just so hard to see now. But once I get these wheels painted and the battery flying all over the place. But once I get these wheels painted, this model will be completely complete. And it will look so much better than the green and gray. Speaking of the wheels, let's talk about the back wheel. Now the back wheel, as you can see, has a design similar to an emerald green engine, like say Emily. But this time the similar is at the back, where Emily is just up at the front. And that's because, one, this did have an ever wheel design, like the Tommy Edwards wheels design, like the two wheels as to the sidewalk connected to this wheel. It did, but it was like stutter and jolt, so I had to fix that. And something was to add paper to add like cylinders to the back, to so now if I can get it to work. As long as I have a battery here, it won't as jolt as much. And the front heel wheel is super glued on to a bit of a screw job, which is from a Trackmaster 2 model, as you can see right here. But I had to put it in a way so that it can stay on and glue and screw on to this model. As you can see, there's a bit of a gap here. So as I would say, I will go into history on how this was originally placed on. So, originally, I did have this like fully glued on. Like the back bit was like super glued on, like it wasn't all loosey goosey, willy-nilly. And that's how it's been for a year and 2 years, I think. No, a year and a half. But recently, I decided to change that and wondered, well, what if I take the screw from Trackmaster 2 and just be able to screw the model in place? That's what I did. So this screw here came from a Rainbow Trackmaster 2 Thomas, as you know from that 4-pack, and put a large screw because normal screws would not work with this type. And all you gotta do is just screw on with the model. Oh, it's here somewhere. There it is. As you can suck it in. Screw in the screw. And you have a screwed in, will not pop off, Tom. And that's basically it. Now the name is actually supposed to be like one symbol, Tom. But while doing the name, I accidentally drew an N because I ran out of room. But the other side could say Tom. So I decided, why not just name it Tom? And that's what I did. And that's basically it. So yeah, this is the first spotlight on this engine, Tom. Now, for an update, there should be a video posting on Wednesday, and it's about band. And it's supposed to be an interview. I'm supposed to have, and I'm going to do. Hopefully, we'll do an interview with a good friend of mine, which is my band teacher's daughter, about her success with the Alamo band, which I am, and basically tell her about the upcoming event, like Sparkle Rock State, which maybe y'all live in Oklahoma, and if y'all be interested in that, you can probably go and learn more about it. And also her future career, because this year she is a senior. But yeah, anyways, for the next one, I say let's go with someone who is a bit easier but has some trouble thought. So, the next one we'll be looking at is none other than my custom push along Roger, or Roger for short, aka also known as Thomas's brother. Wait, that's the code that I gave to Tom Tom. Thomas, what did you do with the coal? Well, you see, I might have taken it back to the shed and maybe smoke with it. Are you kidding me right now? No. You son of a bitch!